Yeah, I think things were getting very stagnant in England just after the punk thing died out when the Sex Pistols split up. And, things were getting very boring, and it was about time that people stopped reviving things. There was the rockabilly revival and the mod revival, and there was
ska revival, Stax revival,
new psychedelic revival. It was getting really boring.
There's nothing new happening.
When some new bands like us came out, it was like a breath of fresh air to a certain extent, and I can't understand why the press was so anti at that time. I mean, really, the press we had in the first place was sort of slightly better than we got afterwards, but I mean, it wasn't that good.
Yeah, it's
they weren't prepared to take it.
Yeah, there was like us, Adam and the Ants, and it was basically putting a little bit more flamboyancy back into the music. I mean, rock and roll has always been about pizzazz and colour, you know, and it was getting very grey, you know. And you know, everybody was wearing jeans. He says wearing jeans, but you know,
but
it's with a red jacket, you know.
Exactly.
And it just put a bit more colour back into it. It became a lot more vibrant, exciting. It's what it should be about.
Really, it was a lot more fun. But then again, we saw a whole rush of acts over here. I mean, and you must understand that we get a filtered down version of things over here in Canada and the States. It's like,
well, it was very embarrassing for us the last time we came to North America, you know, Canada, and everybody was saying, yeah, so this is the 10th new fad England's given us this year so far, you know. And we were like actually embarrassed because we actually sat there and thought, well, yeah.
The thing was, I mean, we had an image, but it was very much our own image at the time. I mean, you think about all major bands that have broken through in the past 10 years or whatever, or right through to the Beatles, they had an image, the Rolling Stones had an image, all the heavy metal bands have an image, they all wear jeans and t-shirts, or they wear leathers and studs or whatever. I mean, they still have an image, and that's why I couldn't understand so much why people were knocking it, because it wasn't that it was anything particularly special, it was just how we were at the time.
So How did the group first come together?
The band formed about 3.5 years ago, in different lineups. We went through about 20 personnel changes, and then the way it is now, we've been together nearly 2 years. So it's the last year, which has been the big one, you know.
I noticed you on another show say that it was difficult to get Rio together, the album, because you didn't have a lot of time to do it.
Oh, this is Andy. Have you met Andy?
Yes, over there.
I can't see
Hi,
you.
over there. Sorry. Was it that difficult? How much time did you have to get the new one together?
The first album was like a collection of everybody's... Am I being too serious?
No.
It's a collection of everybody's ideas.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's really difficult. The first album was like a collection of like 5 guys' ideas over 20 years of ideas, I suppose, when you sort of sum it together.
Sure.
The second album we had to write in 1 month. So there was a slightly different approach, whereas... What's that?
Still
The birds!
Keep going.
And like, we had to write this album in 1 month. I said, okay boys, write an album, you've got 1 month. So we said, oh, well what sort of album should we write? And we thought, should we go more commercial, should we take it heavier, more disco orientated? But then we just said, we just write another set of songs, and it just came much easier. When we recorded it, it just...
Are you as happy with the second album, Rio, as you were?
It's so much better than the first one.
It's better?
Oh, really, yeah. I mean, we didn't realise, when we went out to write it, we didn't realise how much... We'd been on tour for like the last 6 months of 81, and we were so much more cohesive, we were playing together so much more as a band, and there's so much more strength there. The whole album works a hell of a lot better. I think it's gonna surprise a lot of people actually. We think we're just a lightweight pop band or whatever.
And it's a little bit heavier than that.
Yeah, it's more sophisticated. And
why the name Rio? It apparently is not the name of the town, but a name of a girl.
A girl who's on the album cover, and one of the choruses in the song is "Her name is Rio."
Yeah, so that find the lady.
She's just a picture.
It's an actual, it's by a guy called Nagel, an artist, and it's like a cartoon, but not a silly cartoon.
Yeah, he does all like illustrations in Playboy, and like we really like his stuff, and we decided to go for it and get him to do the cover for us. It cost us a lot of money, but it's really nice, and we've all got prints free, so.
Things have changed. Hey everybody, welcome to part 2 of my Duran in the 80s album deep dive series. Today I'm talking about their second studio album, Rio, an album that is regarded by many as one of the greatest of the 1980s. It was released on May 10th, 1982. Recording sessions began in January of 1982 at AIR Studios. AIR Studios was founded by Beatles producer George Martin and had all the latest, most up-to-date technology. So Duran had a lot of toys to play with in the studio. Nick Rhodes, in particular, was keen to learn all of the latest technology. He would be one of the first to get there in the morning and one of the last to leave the studio at night. The band began experimenting with more sounds on this album. For example, John Taylor played fretless bass on Lonely in Your Nightmare. Simon Le Bon added vibraphone to New Religion and marimba to Last Chance on the Stairway. Nick Rhodes added the sound of a cigarette being lit and clinking glasses to Last Chance on the Stairway. And Roger Taylor began experimenting more with electronic drums. So the sound is definitely updated, but it's not a huge departure from the first album. It is still that hybrid of new wave, disco, synth pop, goth rock, and funk. The first song recorded for the album was My Own Way. The actual single version was recorded back in October of 1981 after EMI wanted a new single out. It was released only in the UK. Rio was the first album to make a big splash on MTV. There were 6 videos that were filmed. Hungry Like the Wolf, Rio, and Save a Prayer were played on heavy rotation in MTV back in the day. That was my first exposure to Duran. And there's no denying the glamorous and exotic images in those videos helped propel Duran to become one of the biggest bands in the 1980s. One of the most iconic things about this album is the actual album cover, which was painted by Patrick Nagel. I don't know if that's how you pronounce his name, but he had done some illustrations for Playboy magazine, and that's where the band's manager found his artwork and thought he would be a great artist to come up with the image for this record. When the album at first failed to make a huge impact in the States, the album was entirely remixed to make it more dance-oriented, more commercially accessible, and so that's the version that we got in the US, which is different from the mix that they got over in the UK. Alright, so anyway, let's get into the songs on Rio. It opens up with the title track, Rio, and first of all, let me say, the bass lick, John Taylor's bass line on this song is just filthy. Listen to it in isolation and tell me John Taylor was not one of the greatest, funkiest bass players of the 1980s. Amazing. John Taylor is incredible, and he doesn't get enough credit, but I'm not here just to exclusively talk about John Taylor. This is a great song, and what I love about these early Duran albums is they are fun. They evoke summer. They evoke good times. They're just so much fun to listen to. Rio is an earworm. It has that propulsive bass line, great synthesizer work. Catchy as all hell. Great song to dance to. But it's also a fantastic rock and roll track.
What I actually did was that I got some metal rods and I threw them onto the strings of the piano and they bounced around and made this strange noise. And it wasn't quite what I was looking for, but there was something interesting about it. And I said to Colin Thurston, can we reverse that tape? Because at that time we were just discovering things like tape loops and reversing and slowing things down and speeding things up. And he said, sure. And we reversed the sound. And what we
go off the album, although the version that we have on the record is actually different from the single version. They re-recorded it because they were dissatisfied with the single version. Definitely a funky vibe to this one, but it still retains that new wave quality. This kind of bridged the gap between their first album and Rio, but I like this one a lot. Lonely in Your Nightmare is a great mid-tempo synth pop ballad. This reminds me of The Fix or Flock of Seagulls, that great early 80s synth pop sound. Love the guitar riff on here. Nice bass from John Taylor, and of course a great vocal from Simon Le Bon.
Even on the darkest night when empty promise means empty hands, soldiers coming home like shadows turning red. And when the lights of hope are fading quickly, then look to me. I'll be your homing angel, I'll be in your head. Because you're lonely in your nightmare, let me in. And there's heat beneath your winter, let me in.
The next track, Hungry Like the Wolf, was the second single released off this album, and this was actually the song that broke them in America. To be fair, it was actually the MTV video that broke Duran Duran, but certainly the song itself was a great, great choice for a single. The song was developed from a Nick Rhodes synthesizer riff. Andy Taylor came into the studio and he put a Mark Bolan style guitar riff on top of the synthesizer track that Nick Rhodes had already worked out. But the video and the song were such a great marriage. It's easy to see how this song broke Duran Duran.
Dark in the city, night is a wire. Steam in the subway, earth is a fire. Woman, you want me, give me a sign. And catch my breathing even closer behind. Touch with the ground,
Hold Back the Rain is the heaviest rocker on this album. There's a number of different versions of this. You've got the version on the UK original release, the US remixed version. There's a couple of versions that you can find on different 12-inch singles. But regardless of what version you have, it's a powerful rock and dance blend. Side 2 is definitely darker and more introspective than side 1. It opens with New Religion. And if you're going to tell me you know what these lyrics mean, you're full of shit. Even Simon Le Bon doesn't know what they mean. That was one of the early criticisms that people had with Duran Duran, is they could not make heads or tails. The lyrics just seemed so out of left field. Nobody could understand what Simon Le Bon was singing about. But nonetheless, New Religion is a great, moody synth pop track. It still has a bit of a disco dance rhythm section, but the song itself is just epic.
Faces everywhere, pulling grins and signs of things, telling me not damn and it's no go. I need a reason, I can't think it out one now. Too much learning got to show. Call it treason, maybe catch you don't know how. Too many things, too much to know.
Last Chance on the Stairway is probably the weak link, if there was one, on this record. It's a song that gets talked about the least. I actually like this song, so don't tear me apart in the comment section. Last Chance on the Stairway is great. No, it's fine. I love the marimba on it. It definitely reminds me a lot of Lonely in Your Nightmare stylistically. Again, more great bass work from John Taylor. Save a Prayer is another song that Nick Rhodes and Andy Taylor worked on together. Nick Rhodes started out with the synthesizer sequencing, and then Andy Taylor built a riff around it. It is an iconic, a signature ballad from Duran Duran. Lyrically, it talks about a chance encounter between two people that ends up in a one-night stand. The arrangement on this track is gorgeous. I love Save a Prayer.
And you know just what it takes and where to go.
The Chauffeur has a dark, moody, sinister vibe to it. Starts off very softly with the synthesizer riff. There's some stabs of piano, and it starts building. Again, more mysterious lyrics from Simon Le Bon, but a great vocal. It just shows how effective Duran could be when they weren't trying to get you out on the dance floor. And this song is one of the reasons why Rio is such a great album, because stylistically, this record's all over the map. They do so many interesting things under the synth pop banner. And yeah, they had a very carefully crafted image for MTV and for all their young teenage fans. But underneath it all, they were a great rock and roll new wave band.
Charming, sweating dewdrops glisten fresh in your side, and the sun drips down, bedding heavy behind the front of your dress on shadowy night. The droning engine throbs in time with your beating heart. Behind the front of your dress on shadowy line, the droning engine throbs in time with your beating heart, and the sun drips down, bedding heavy behind the front of your dress on shadowy line. The droning engine throbs in time with your beating heart.
All right, that's my take on Rio. Let me know what you think of the album. How does it rank for you in Duran's discography? Thanks so much for watching, and take care.